see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Top 5 episode from the Now You Made It Awkward podcast, or N.Y.M.I.A for short. Of course, I am Shoky, and you can follow me at all these Shoky-related things down in the description below. And, of course, we have Rikki over here.
What up, y'all?
And you can follow his work for Nerd Rage Radio over on Facebook, where he makes their little promo clips, and on Friday nights at the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel on the Realm Hatton Project at 9 p.m., And then we have Adormamu.
Well, hello there, everyone out there in Internet land.
Who's always going to be on a slight delay because he's muting in between, like a polite person. It's pretty cool. And then coming back, we have a rusty mechanic.
Trombone! You ruined it. Start over, re-record.
So I'm the rusty mechanic, and
Trombone.
I'm here
Yes.
again.
So, of course, you can follow Rusty's links in the description when I feel like putting them there. Beat y'all to it.
You can also find him on OnlyFans, and go ahead and on your favorite porn channel, just Google Rusty Trombone.
We
he'll
do
come
not
right up.
condone this Googling. However, there may or may not be an AI generated video coming soon.
that it's gonna rock.
We
your
can't make any
socks
promises other than you will be disgusted.
off.
Okay.
It's gonna rock your socks off.
Yes. And also, guys, I did actually put out this topic to the greater internets, and so we do have comments, so we can save them for the end, or we can do them now, whichever way you guys would like to do it. If you want to hear other people's lists, I'm asking you.
Sure, I don't care.
Do we want to devote time to hearing other people's lists first, or do we want to go
No,
last?
they go after, so they don't spoil any of ours.
Fair point. That's a fair point.
Yes.
So if you do want to contact the show, you can do so at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail@gmail.com. For the love of God, stop hammering below me. Jesus Christ. It feels like they're hammering.
That's what she said.
It feels
That's what she said.
It feels like they're.
Oh, good one.
That's a good one. It feels like they're actually hammering the ceiling, not the walls. It's kind of funny. Like, are they hammering the ceiling fan in place? What the hell's going
Maybe
on?
they're hanging a picture of the rusty trombone above their bed.
They might be,
Like
but
I
who
have on
knows?
Mabu.
And mind you, this is the smaller bedroom, so I don't know if they're using that for their children or not. I don't know how their arrangement is.
Maybe
We don't
they're
know
using
these
it
new
for
people.
They're using it for their red room.
Oh God.
They're hanging up a swing right now.
Yes. I would like to show you my
If they
room.
come by and ask you to sign a contract, do not sign it without reading the small print, dude.
Yes.
I've read that book.
Yes. So either way, guys, so this is a top 5, and we are doing a top 5 cop movies or law enforcement movies, if we want to go there, because it didn't actually have to be technical police as long as they were doing a law enforcement job, because in some cases it's like the FBI, which is not exactly police. They're kind of police, but they're not. Or sometimes, like, I don't know, a Texas Ranger, kind of a cop, but not exactly. Or sometimes,
But not TV shows, because I'm not hearing about walkers.
we're not doing that. We're not doing that. But also, you could potentially have, like, say, Men in Black. They're technically alien police on Earth.
Okay, now look. All right, never mind.
What?
We're not. He doesn't let us talk about aliens. He's like, I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. He's that guy.
It's definitely not definitely aliens. So either way, that was the protocol, and also we weren't excluding animated movies or anything else like that. So there's.
Oh, we weren't?
Nope.
We weren't?
No.
You made too many rules. I wrote down.
Actually,
movies that are about cops.
I just said how broad the topic was. It's like I didn't say
top 5 cop movies. Period.
It's top 5 cop movies that involve Mel Gibson.
Because you're like, there's this one background guy. It doesn't count if there's like a background guy who just happens to be a cop or some shit like that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because I'll throw in Transformers the movie in there if we're allowed to do animated
Well-
stuff, because Prowl was in there.
Well,
so.
no, because the
He's
No,
a cop car. He's not a cop.
so here's the thing.
Wow.
So here, actually, because the rule was it had to be the main character was a cop, or the movie centered around police.
See, I told you there was other fucking.
That was the
rules. I
rule.
remember there being a
Because
whole
it
thing.
wasn't just a movie that has a cop nearby. A cop went to go see it. That's a cop movie. A cop went to go see that movie. In fact, let me just take the moment to pop over to the N.Y.M.I.A Facebook to get those answers real quick.
I guarantee y'all are gonna list ones that I'm like, fuck, I should have had that on my list. God damn, it should have been on my list.
That's what
And
we
I
do every time.
1000% have a what do they call that? And I don't know if it's an honorable mention. I'm just not sure if it meets all the criteria to be considered a cop movie, so it's off the list. So it's like number 6-ish type thing.
6-ish. I have an honorable
Yeah.
mention, but if we have time, we'll throw in the honorable mentions at the end. All right. So, that's not my list. There's my list. All right, I'll go first, and we'll let Ricky go last, as he's still sort of working on his.
Oh no, I have my whole list again.
Oh, now you have it. Okay, either way. I'll start.
Who's going second?
Whoever fights over it the most.
What's on third?
That's true. What is on third? All right. So at least for me, my number 5, because we're going to go in the round here, is The Departed.
Nice.
And it's a really good movie. I like the whole gangster aspect of it, and then you see the cop side of it as well, and then all the espionage and whatnot that's happening within that movie. But I've only seen it a couple times. It's a really good movie, but it doesn't necessarily mean as much as the rest of these that are on the list. So that's how I'm kind of ranking it in my own mind. And mind you, that beat out my honorable mention, which I'll talk about later, and it's only because it's a better movie, not just
throw your honorable mention out now, since it's not even because we're supposed to be going numerically. It wouldn't even make the top 5.
Well, so I was going to save all our honorable mentions.
No, he wants to do it at the end. Leave him alone.
It's fine, because it'll probably be on somebody's list. I had Bad Boys 2 as my honorable mention.
Bad Boys did not even make my list at all.
Yeah, so because I watched that movie a million times, but it's not a better movie than The Departed in any way. I liked it more technically, but The Departed was a better actual movie.
Mm-hmm.
I have lost all respect for you.
You shouldn't, because I think
you think Bad Boys is better than Departed?
No, I think Bad Boys shouldn't even been mentioned.
That's why it's honorable mention.
Bad Boys ruined Transformers. Go ahead and do your 6 degrees of separation on that.
We don't have to. No, Bad Boys allowed for Transformers. Is really what
Bad Boys.
It's a Michael Bay movie.
Oh, it's a Michael Bay movie.
It paid for Michael Bay.
It was his first big.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead, Russell.
I have literally blocked out the fact that Michael Bay has made any Transformers movie. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, go ahead.
So for me, honestly, I would not care if they did a crossover between Bad Boys and Transformers, because
what are you?
And that's it. We all quit. Bye, y'all.
Because
we're gonna go start a pod show without a
it's the Michael Bay verse. Everything he's ever made exists in one horrendous universe, and then we can just burn it all down with
speaking it into fucking fruition.
If he was gonna do it, he was gonna do it when Will Smith was still relevant.
The only movie that is
dude.
anywhere near Michael Bay adjacent because his name is attached to it, which actually is a reasonable movie, is The Rock. Everything else is just got his name attached to it.
No, I can name one actual Michael Bay movie that I liked. It was called Collateral.
That's not a bad movie.
Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx.
Oh, yeah, Riding Off the Cab.
Okay, all right. Well,
movie.
Yeah,
that's a good movie.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But hey, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. So.
Indeed. All right, so Ricky, since you have your list actually complete, go with your honorable number, and then your actual number.
Okay, so my honorable is, like I said, because I don't know if it meets your criteria, but I put down T2 because he was the main villain and he was a cop. It wasn't the main character, and it didn't go around cops. There just were a lot of cops in it, so I think you're right. No. The T2. I know that you mean the T1000, but technically he wasn't a cop. He was imitating a cop, which is actually illegal. So I don't think we can grant that credit for it. That's why I said it's not really on my list, because I wasn't sure. It was just kind of one of those. Plus, I wanted to mention it because it's a great movie. So it is a good movie. But my number 5 is a 3-way tie. So go fuck your rules. It's and I'm gonna mute 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so you could have just said Police Academy series. Nope, because I did not count. I did not count 4, 5, nor 6. So all y'all can go fuck yourselves. So, I said 1 through 3 specifically. So on that note, I reminded myself that there was a Police Academy series. And it was not. And there was a cartoon series and a live action show series. That's what I was getting at, the live action. I forgot about the cartoon until you just said it. There was a cartoon. Yep. I had the toys. I don't remember what they were from, but I had the toys when I was a kid. Yeah. Because I remember the Mahoney toy had the baton spinning action or whatever. So you know what? The funny thing is, Police Academy didn't even cross my mind because it's been so long since I've seen any of them. It was literally the second thing that popped into my head after my ones that I put in here that are on my list. Nice. Like it was like, it's cops. Yeah, police, cops. Boom, nailed it. Okay, Sean has sent his list. 1, 2, and 3. So Sean has sent his list. We will listen to it at the end.
So cool.
Okay.
All right. Rusty or Dormammu fight each other. Which one's gonna go next?
Go ahead, buddy.
Okay, there we go. The politeness kicked in.
That's
All right,
right.
Rob, you go.
Damn
it, why does this always
Rusty
happen?
Trombone.
Happens every time. All right,
Fuck
Rusty.
your politeness.
All right, forget it. I went with Silence of the Lambs.
Nice. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I did consider that one. Yes.
Yeah.
Damn
No,
you,
that.
mute button.
Too late. I'm in. Yeah,
I'm already in here. That's what he said.
Oh my god, why am I blanking on the name of the guy?
Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, but who's the actor?
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins.
Sir
Jesus.
Anthony
Wow.
Hopkins.
Was
Sir
he Sir
Anthony
back
Hopkins.
then though?
He's Sir now.
He's Sir now. He was not
yeah.
Sir then, but he is
No,
Sir now.
see.
He identifies as a Sir now.
Every time that I hear about the story that he ad-libbed the
Fava Bean story.
Fava
yeah,
beans.
the
Yeah.
fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Yeah.
That just
And that-
throws chills up and down my spine every time.
Yeah, and the
So,
sound specifically was ad lib.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
That's I'm getting. Damn
yeah,
it! You
so-
said that. I got goosebumps. Shit.
Yeah, I know.
Mine is
yeah,
the part where they roll them into that first little place where they're not the first little place where
The
they're holding
hotel.
him in that like museum.
The
The
hotel.
hotel when he has that
Yeah.
mask on and all that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he said, but he said something very creepy and with the mask, and it freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah. That movie is everything associated to the Hannibal
Yeah,
legacy is just fucked. And I have not watched the show, but I heard it was really fucking good.
it was awesome. It was better than Hannibal Rising, and it might even be better than. It's definitely better than the second Hannibal movie, whatever that. Hannibal. It's definitely better than Hannibal.
Yeah, Hannibal
That's,
as a movie was not good. I liked Red Dragon though.
Yeah, Red Dragon was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, the Sons of Lambs movie was one of those ones where it's like you're following this central character, but Anthony Hopkins is what made that movie.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, realistically, he is basically the main character. Clarice is just
Yes.
around doing things.
yeah.
But Buffalo Bill is
She's
the-
our
and-
frame
and-
of reference for the movie.
I mean, to be fair, there are times
to be
where I thought
fair.
about,
To be fair.
damn it. When you think about the Sons of Lambs movie, like sometimes you even forget that Buffalo Bill was actually
Yeah,
the serial
that's
killer
true.
that she was tracking down.
Yeah,
right?
she was
I don't forget it.
She was
I
going
don't
to
forget it.
Hannibal to
I still
help.
do the whole. Would
It
you fuck
puts
me?
the
Because
load-
I'd fuck me.
Oh, No,
I
I
do
do
that shit
the,
to my wife all the time.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
Or it gets the hose.
Again.
Yes, very good.
Anyway, that's my number 5. Okay, let's see
Excellent.
if
That's a
Rob
good one.
can.
All right,
let's see if
Rob.
Rob can unmute.
Hey,
this time.
make
There
sure
we
you.
go.
Yeah, no, I'm
hit
good.
the
I'm good
unmute,
now.
buddy.
I'm good now. I'm good now. Okay.
Okay.
So my honorable mention first. My honorable.
Oh, I forgot my
mention-
honorable mention. Let's go back to me.
Well, go
No,
ahead.
too
Rusty.
late.
Go ahead. Go. by all
Minority
means.
Report.
By all means, good sir.
Ew.
There's a good one.
Ew.
It's a good one.
Minority
Ew.
Report. Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
Minority
Okay.
Report is a pretty good one, actually. Yeah.
Y'all
I'll give
are-
you
I can see
credit.
y'all
that.
are trash.
I'll give it credit.
No.
Yeah.
Says the
Uh,
Floridian.
Mm-hmm. With good
So
taste.
my honorable mention actually goes to Zootopia.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good
I-
one.
I thought
it's
about
a
it.
well done movie. It's very the I know it's animated, but at the same time, it is a perfect buddy cop movie.
And it's a good cop movie. Yeah.
And it's not a kids movie. They make way
Not
too many
really, no.
fucking jokes in that movie.
There's
Way
sexual
too many
jokes in that
fucking
movie.
Are over the
And-
top. Like
and-
over the top.
And it's definitely speaking on the concept of racial bias and all that kind of
Mhm.
implicit bias, all that kind of stuff. So like, I mean,
It's-
it is
it's
a
good stuff.
deeply, it's a deeper movie than, well, I mean, it was made for kids to watch, but adults to appreciate.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, like one of my favorite gags
That's
in that
DreamWorks?
movie is like a blink and miss it type thing. Was the population of Bunny City?
Yes.
Like it's constantly
It's just constantly
Constantly
scrolling.
rolling.
It's
yes.
just constantly rolling. Like
So-
I was like, oh my god, no, they didn't do that shit.
Yeah. But they were definitely not accounting for anybody who moves or dies. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
they were just counting constantly. You know,
yeah, exactly.
So,
So
but one
so
dies
that's my-
and
that's
15
my
is born,
honorable
so it's
mention,
always a
but-
positive. That's a good one.
that's my honorable.
yeah.
Um,
And-
my
It's
fifth,
a shame we
my-
always forget that. Real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we do
Yeah,
this a
go
lot
ahead.
on these top fives when we talk about them. We always kind of forget the animation versions of whatever we're
Speak
talking
for
about.
yourself.
We've had that conversation before. Like we've done a top five, and then one of us will mention one that's animated. Like, oh shit, I didn't even think about doing the animated.
I just
side of
didn't
it.
include it, but I was considering it. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I
But go
literally,
ahead. Sorry, Dormammu.
yes.
No problem. So my fifth place goes to K9. the Jim Belushi and
Jim
Jerry
Belushi movie.
Lee.
Yeah,
Jerry Lee, the dog.
I don't.
vehicle.
I don't
that's
even
a
know
cut
that
right
one.
there, dude.
Right?
Yeah, he's got the German Shepherd, right?
He's got the German Shepherd, which was a slight edge out to Tom Hanks
Turner and
Hooch. I actually have never seen that movie.
Because here's the thing: Jerry Lee is the.
You've never seen Turner and Hooch?
No,
never. K9.
Oh, K9. You've never seen K9? It's a good watch.
It's good. It's good.
It to me, it was like the dog was made a better co-star. than I mean, it's really hard to outshine Jim Belushi in a movie.
Oh, maybe I have seen it.
But like to it's actually old. Like make that work.
It's from 1989.
It's an oldie, but it works.
I may have seen this like a million years ago, but the funny is like the cover seems so similar to Turner and Hooch. I may have just turned a blind eye.
I think they came out like right around the same time.
Around the same time. It was right around the
same year.
Same year. In the same year. Yeah.
Oh, they made sequels. There's K9PI, K911, or K911. Holy crap! They kept, and it was still Jim Belushi or John Belushi. Oh. What is it, John or Jim?
Jim.
Got it. Yep.
It was Jim, not John.
Yeah, I saw it right there. And yeah, they all the way up to 2002.
Jesus.
They were still making them.
That dude was shit. He'd do anything for a paycheck.
But at least they did reboots of Turner and Hooch. They didn't just keep going. Wow.
Right.
Okay.
But at the same time,
that's a good one,
the original is to me like it's the one that I've watched more so than Turner and Hooch, and I just the dynamic of it and the way the plot worked out. It's a good movie. It's a
little more serious than Turner and Hooch too.
It is a little bit more serious.
Like, yeah. Turner and Hooch would be like if K9 and Beethoven had a baby. That's the
yes.
Because it was more about the slobbery dog and doing stupid shit.
It was like Beethoven. It was more. It was even though that was still years before Beethoven came out. So
plus, as many as you think.
When I was coming up with my top, when I was coming up with my list, I wanted to give a slight nod to Rusty.
That's a good idea.
Sorry, Rusty, for your loss.
Oh,
yeah, but he's not really happy. He's not happy with German Shepherds right now. They tore up his arm.
Jeez.
Exactly.
That's why you don't have 10 of them at the same time. And you're right. Beethoven was in 92, so that was 3 years later. So we were on the major dog kick back then.
Yep.
Okay. So
I just remember it was early 90s was the.
When was Air
Bud was like 94,
95,
yeah.
94, 95, and then they had a million sequels to that, but not a cop dog, so who cares? The fact that they never did like an Air Bud cop, no, God, don't say it out loud.
They probably did because they kept going, because I think they had a football one.
They had every sport. Hold on, from the kid movie perspective, Air Bud, Air Buddies, Air Bud 2, Air Bud Top Dog, where he's in the circus. Super Buddies is the latest one where they all gain superpowers and become like the Justice League.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, my children, for numbing my brain.
That was called, that was DC Super Pets.
But they didn't have Cool Buddings where he was a bobsled dog.
Jamaican bobsled dog, that'd be awesome.
That's funny.
Feel the bark.
And by the way,
feel the bite.
Hey, Jolly Man.
I debated on whether or not
it would Hollywood bad ideas.
Hold on, I debated on whether it would be Bud Runnings, but Cool Buddings makes way more sense.
Yep.
And I would watch that movie because Cool Runnings was amazing. Still good. Doesn't hold up, but it's still. And it's not a cop movie.
Not a cop movie.
All right, so my number 4, Super Troopers.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a good choice.
It is a good choice.
It is a good choice.
It's
hilarious. It's funny. It's
funny is that the Canadian has a problem with you.
That's the other thing I was going to laugh. The Canadian hates the fact that Super Troopers is on it. Now, I've never seen Super Troopers 2. I've not seen the sequel, but I heard a lot of people liked it. But I'm like, I kind of want to leave it alone.
It was the same jokes.
Yeah, and like that came out in my formative years, like late teens, early 20s. Watched it a million fucking times with my buddies. You know,
what was that called? Drunken Lizard, or what was
a Broken Lizard?
Broken Lizard.
Yeah,
I liked a few of their movies.
The Broken Lizard movies are all very.
The one on the island where it's supposed to be. I Know What You Did Last Summer and
Club Dread.
Kind of that shit was funny.
Club Dread is hilarious. Beer Fest, also one of my favorite movies. Too. Fucking Landfill and Landfill 2. From that one. Like just that group of guys is so goddamn funny. And like,
he's like, how much does a ZJ cost? If you don't know what a ZJ is, you can't afford it.
Exactly. Exactly. But like But so
fucking movie.
I kind of and I think actually because my oldest friend is a cop, right? And I think I think he attributes him becoming a cop entirely to that movie.
It's for a cop.
He has told me he has pulled some of the nonsense that they did in that just to fuck with people, and they immediately called him on the fact that he was quoting the movie. But like he said that cops can and do fuck around sometimes like that just for the hell of it. But like the opening scene with the fucking stoners in the car and they just
the right meow, I still use that gif. I still use that gif.
And then like that, I think a part of that was also like either ad-libbed or like everybody else was trying so hard not to laugh they had to shoot it like 35 times because everyone was laughing their asses off. But also always remember the quote, "Who wants mustache rides?" You know, "Oh, I do." Yes. And like so much of the humor from that, I guess I kind of also get out of Letterkenny. Like there's some of that humor that translates over in a way. So, you know, maybe that was my primer to like Letterkenny's humor. But either way,
that was your number 4.
That was my number 4.
Okay.
Yep, you can do your number 4.
Now, 4 for me is going to go one or two ways because I can't remember. You can do a quick Google search because I don't care enough to do it.
I shall Google.
But I put down Fletch and Fletch Lives, and I put a question mark by it because I can't remember if he was a cop or a private investigator in those movies.
I would.
He was a reporter.
Yeah,
was he a reporter?
He was
that's
reporter.
out. So then,
well, the thing is,
are you sure?
But does the plot revolve around cops?
He was a reporter trying to get.
He was a reporter, like
okay, there you go. Yeah,
figured out murders. So that's out. So my backup was Lethal Weapon 1 and 2 because I had those written right next to each other because I had a question mark next to Fletch and Fletch Lives because I do remember loving those.
Which honestly isn't Lethal Weapon kind of the considered buddy cop standard by what?
That's pretty much every buddy cop movie.
That's how it set the standard, probably. I would guess. Yeah,
but this is also why I didn't pick it as any of my top 5.
Oh, standards! Look at him. But no,
he's got to be an edgelord,
dude. I never knew that Fletch had a sequel.
Yeah, like, Fletch Lives is better than Fletch.
I've never.
And there's a new
Lives, the one with the. Wasn't Fletch Lives the one where they went to like the religious compound or whatever? Okay, that one was better than the first one.
Yeah. There's Fletch Lives, and there's another Fletch. There's another Fletch movie that just came out last year with John Hamm.
That sounds the role. That sounds terrible. Let's not watch that.
Yeah.
I mean, I love John Hamm, but I'm gonna go with no. All right, Rusty's muted.
Rusty, unmute yourself, you shithead.
The Rusty mechanic.
So then it's very specifically Lethal 1 and Lethal Weapon 2.
Yeah.
Like 3 was kind of 3 was funny for what it was, but it had a very different feel. 4 was pretty good. 4 was kind of back to basics when they brought in Jet Li.
I was gonna say 4 was Jet Li. 3 was
3 was one that was more Joe Pesci centric. Like it was more him.
Okay, so
story.
I gotta hate what was his name? Leo in the movie? Yeah. I could not stand fucking Joe Pesci in that movie.
But he was good as like a background character because he was like a background character, I think, in 2.
And
3
as a side character, but then they brought him in as like the third character essentially. Yeah,
but that was too much. That's why that one didn't.
I think,
and then they started getting Rene Russo in there and trying to make it Weapon.
Hey, I'm not going to complain about Rene Russo being on screen.
I mean, I wouldn't kick her out of bed in the morning.
I wouldn't kick her out of bed ever. Well, maybe now, but I mean, she's also Thor's mom, so I don't know how you feel about that.
She's still kind of hot in that too.
She is actually pretty. I think they slightly de-aged her for the Thor.
I'll de-age her
for in-game, but it's fine. But no, she's still.
I'll ice her honey buns.
I'll tell you what. The Lethal Weapon movies is why my first crush on her though. Like that's my first exposure to her. Yeah, I don't know what she was in before that, but I also didn't care.
Nice.
Rusty, you back?
Yeah, no, I've been here the whole time.
Rusty is back and no longer muted.
I just have the 10 puppies in the background. Didn't want you guys having that to listen to. My number 4 is Heat.
Nice. That's
a good one.
I think that's on a lot of people's list.
Yeah.
Didn't make my list, but it's a good one.
I said a lot. I didn't mean us.
Yeah, good choice.
That was like the one movie that I always remember Pacino and De Niro, right? And together, and that whole movie surrounding them. Like, I mean, Jesus.
I remember they did a big like push for that at the time. Like it's like the first time Pacino and
this is it, right? Yeah,
it was
him are going to be on screen together.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Were only ever and they were only ever on screen together one time, and that was at the restaurant scene.
What they ended up talking about was that they were in The Godfather, but they're never
together.
They were never in a scene together, right? So this was the first movie where they were actually going to be in scenes together, right?
Yeah.
So,
and I remember them making a big deal about that during the advertising push and all that back in the day. And then when you go watch it, they're literally only on screen together for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know. But it's a great 5 minutes, right? Like, I mean, it's just, it was
a great 5 minutes, like that wedding night.
And that was a good Val Kilmer movie too. He was pretty good in that movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, how young was he in that movie?
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh god.
That was just right. That was right at the same time as Batman Forever because it was like 95.
Heat was?
Yeah,
95.
Why did I feel like Heat was earlier than that? I don't know.
No,
just in my mind, I guess. But
Google it. I'm pretty sure. It
was
like
you know why?
96.
You know why? Because in my brain, I get In the Heat of the Night confused with Heat, like just because of the name.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Tibbs. You're on the wrong.
That's Mr. Tibbs. Or is it they call me Mr. Tibbs?
Yeah, they call me Mr.
They
Tibbs.
call me. That's why Pumbaa quoted it. Okay, that movie was such a big deal. Pumbaa parodied that line.
Yep.
They call me Mr. Pig.
Well, I think the they call me Mr. Tibbs is actually from the show, not the movie.
I think it's definitely from the show, but I can't remember if it was from the movie or not. And by the way, as a kid, should not have been watching that show.
I love that show. My grandma watched it. I watched it with her
My
all the
parents
time.
did.
Yeah, it was like that, Murder She Wrote, and like all those type of movies.
I should not have been watching.
I love them.
I should not have been watching NYPD Blue as a kid.
NYPD Blue's another one,
but it's just. I mean,
thank God we got to see Dennis Franz's ass.
I actually saw his ass when it aired.
Nice.
I was like, because I mean, it was leading into a sex scene, so it is what it is. So, all right, Rob.
That was a good one, Rusty.
Thank you.
Roberto.
He's a good one.
Roberto.
See, I'm saying y'all are going to mention ones that I'm like, fuck, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
So my number 4 is the Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker vehicle of Shanghai Noon.
Shanghai Noon.
I like that you went there.
Not Shanghai Nights.
Or not Rush Hour. Shanghai Noon is good. I kind of put that off my brain.
Hold on. Who did you say was in the movie? Jackie Chan and who?
Chris Tucker.
You said Chris Tucker? No, negative. It's Owen Wilson.
It's Owen Wilson. Thank you.
Yeah, Chris Tucker was definitely Rush Hour.
Chris Tucker was Rush Hour. You're right.
Yeah.
But I mean, Chris Tucker and Owen Wilson look so much alike. I can see why you.
I can see how you would confuse them. Wow.
He's kind of right. He's kind of
well. What? No, the funny thing is, he said that, and my brain went, "Yeah, that was a movie that happened."
Because you both said that, and you're like, "Thank God you didn't go Rush Hour." I'm like, "Hold on a second, didn't he say Chris Tucker? That is Rush Hour."
No, but like, I don't know why. I was also thinking that they did a Western together too, but because that makes sense.
No. So here's the logic behind this.
Wow.
I could say Rush Hour because Jackie
Which would be
Chan.
good.
It was a very good breakthrough movie for Jackie Chan, where people suddenly realized that Jackie Chan was actually acting still.
Yeah.
Even though he'd been around for years and years and years.
Yeah, he'd already been in the business for like 20 years.
Rumble in the Bronx. And
Chris Tucker was also really in his heyday at that point.
Yep.
But as a buddy cop movie, it didn't hit as well on
Shanghai Noon. There were cops. I don't remember that.
Texas Ranger and sheriff.
Yep. Were they though?
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about that.
That's why it counts.
Adventure.
Owen Wilson made it hit better to me.
Yeah. Owen Wilson's a different kind of.
It didn't make as much. It got panned. It got panned on the reviews, but.
Oh yeah, Shanghai Nights was better.
Well,
Shanghai Nights is my favorite Chris Tucker movie. You shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, no, because I'm looking at it. Hold on.
Nice, Ricky. Nice.
Hold on. Here's the question, though.
They're cousins.
Hold on, Rob. Who is the cop in Shanghai Noon?
Neither one of them.
That's the actual answer.
I told you guys it wasn't.
He's a train robber.
Yep.
Right.
And Jackie Chan was a palace guard.
Oh, that's why, because he was a palace guard. It was.
Told you so.
I mean, we can claim that.
Hold on. Let's nope. If I can't count T2 because he was a cop in the whole fucking movie,
he's not a cop.
No, sir.
Now, in Nights, did he become a cop?
No, sir.
Fine.
They were not.
Hold on. It's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, he was not.
I will.
Let's take a
Submit
moment.
Rush Hour.
For
Ricky was
judgment.
right.
Submit for judgment.
Ricky was
folks.
right.
Yeah,
Ricky
submit.
was
Yeah, so yeah,
right.
he was not. Now in Shanghai Nights, was anybody a cop?
No, they still weren't cops. He was still just a palace guard, and the other dude was on vacation or some bullshit.
I'm looking at the synopsis just in case. Yeah,
So
no.
now he has to change.
So you
He
saw
has
it.
to change his answer to,
So you
Rush Hour is his favorite.
Fine,
Owen
I'll
Wilson movie.
change my answer.
Yeah.
I was just, I was
Hour.
right there with Ricky. I'm like,
Yeah.
so obviously Dormammu got Rush Hour and Shanghai Nights. Now he has to switch it on his list.
He confused it 3 different ways. Yes.
Folks,
say-
you can't
so
see
say
it on a
Rush Hour is
podcast,
your
but I'm
favorite-
shaking my head. Yep.
Yeah.
mhm.
One of the blackest guys in cinema and one of the whitest guys in cinema, and Dormammu got them backwards. Awesome.
Yes.
But he got the
Say-
Chinese guy right.
Say Rush Hour is your favorite Owen
Do it.
Wilson movie. Just do it.
For the
Do it.
Rush Hour 7.
Rush Hour 7.
Hour
right.
7.
Yeah. Which is
God.
clearly said in I like how you made that a buddy cop movie, even though none of them were cops.
I didn't think so.
Yeah. I mean, like the only way that would
Because
work
you said Texas Rangers, I was like, maybe
If-
because
if
of the
the
cowboy thing, but
plot-
I don't remember that.
if the plot revolves around cops in any way, then it would work. But it's not. It's just somebody kidnapped the princess. Now, Wild West.
Your list can lick taint.
Wild West works.
Just paint.
Oh
No,
God,
we
he's
are
gonna
not
go
counting
to my
Wild
mouth.
Wild West on
That's
any
just
list.
not. Is he a
Nope.
cop in that?
He becomes.
He's a
he-
Texas
He
Ranger.
becomes
He's a U.S. Marshal.
become U.S. Marshal.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
So,
right.
nope.
That is a
Nope.
cop movie.
Sorry, Wild Wild
That
West,
is a
nope.
buddy cop movie, literally.
That's like the other one.
No.
I didn't watch Aliens
So.
versus Cowboys, but I think he was like a marshal or some shit in that movie too.
Something or a
Yeah.
sheriff. Either way,
Sure.
so different levels. Different.
All
That
right,
movie
so
is-
we got
that movie was
Dormammu's
bad.
favorite.
We got
was-
Dormammu's 4, and then got his other 4.
Yeah,
the
He
proper-
loves- his
Nice.
confusion between Owen Wilson. and
So
Chris Tucker.
the subtitle of this episode will be "Chris Tucker is not Otis Williams or Wilson."
Wilson.
How about
or
just wait?
Sorry.
or just
do
be
that?
like,
I'm reading while
Or-
talking. I should not do that.
Would you? The episode title is "Rush Hour" is my favorite Owen Wilson movie.
Shanghai New is or Shanghai
My
Noon
favorite Chris
is
Tucker.
definitely the rush hour of the Old West.
Oh God!
There's the title. There's the title, which is also a
Doesn't
good.
really work
that's all-
because it's cops, not.
but
cops.
it's a time pun. All right. Either way, so moving on to my number 3. My number 3 is 3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
You think that's
you
a
just
you think that's a
strung
buddy
together a
cop
bunch
movie?
of words that don't
It's
make
not a
sense.
buddy cop movie. It is a movie about cops not doing
Sure.
their fucking job, and one of the main characters is a cop.
okay, and that given, yes, it is that if none of you, if Shoky,
Yeah.
Shoky's you've watched it, Ricky, Rusty, if you've not
Never
watched
heard
it,
of it.
Fantastic movie.
please go watch it. It is
So it's the
phenomenal.
reason it got so many Oscar nods. Actually, didn't it win? It won
I've
several
never even
Oscars.
heard of it.
I think it won 2 or 3.
It won at least one, but I don't know
Because she
which
definitely got Best Actress.
one. Yes.
I don't remember if he got Best Actor. I don't think so.
She is
It's
not a
called
person.
it's called Three
He is not-
because
Billboards
Frances
Outside,
McDermott.
it's
Ebbing,
called Three
Missouri.
Billboards
Yeah,
Outside
it is
Ebbing, Missouri.
such a good fucking movie.
I will never watch
But
that movie because
it's-
I don't want to have to.
but
look
it's
that
about-
long-ass title up.
All you have to do is type in 3 billboards. You'll find it.
Mm.
But like
It's
that movie
it
is about
really is.
cops.
We've covered how lazy I am in
Yeah,
typing shit.
But that is a movie
Oh.
about. But that is a movie
already covered that.
about. Yeah, exactly. But it's a movie about law enforcement. Realistically,
It is a true story.
yeah, and it's a true
No,
story.
no.
About a
Is it
mom who
based on a
is-
true story?
No.
or
It is a true story.
Yeah, this did happen. Yes.
All of this
Like
like
did
Cocaine
happen.
Bear is a true story type.
No,
shit?
Cocaine
no,
Bear
no.
is an adaptation at very best. But no, this movie
Okay.
it deserves all the praise that it
Yeah,
got.
Ricky, just look it up. It actually sounds like it would be a really good story.
Read the
and
synopsis then. Go ahead.
And okay, so a woman in Missouri rents 3 roadside billboards to draw attention to her daughter's unsolved rape and murder, starring Woody Harrelson, Sam Rockwell, John Hawkes, Peter Dinklage, A.B. Cornish, Lucas Hedges,
forgot about
other
Dinklage.
names I don't recognize. But
That's a huge
It's
cast, man.
except
well,
for-
that's just it. Right? So,
Pun intended.
thank you.
huge.
But it's such a good fucking movie. Like because when it came out, and there's
I
all the
have
Oscar
heard this
buzz, all the Oscar buzz actually got my attention, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, let me go see this. Let me go see this, because even like movie reviewers that I follow that hate everything, were like, you have to fucking watch this movie. I was like, okay, you know, it's like, so definitely worth it. I think it's on some streaming. I think I Redboxed it
It's
originally.
on one of the streaming services.
It's somewhere.
Platforms. I'm not sure which one.
It's so good though. Such a good movie, and a movie about cops. Literally.
Nice. So I have to check that out.
Yep. So
then
go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you're number 3.
Okay, so my number 3 is Beverly Hills Cops 1 and 2. 1 and 2.
Nice.
Fuck number 3 with all the dicks in the world, but 1 and 2 are definitely up there.
1 and 2 is what put Eddie Murphy on, but even with SNL, it's what put him on the map.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought it was this one comedy special that technically put him on the map.
Yeah,
I think that got him this role.
It's what showed him as that he could actually play in a movie.
The fact that he could act,
and it not be like
he could be a leading man.
He could be a leading man.
Has he ever played a cop again?
Yes, another 48 hours. And 48 hours.
No, he wasn't a cop in that. He was a criminal.
He was a criminal in those.
He was in the
Nick
cop.
Nolte was the cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick Nolte was dragging him around as an informant.
Exactly.
Nice. Pluto Nash.
Ooh, long
what?
stretch.
Wasn't he an outer space cop in that bullshit?
I thought he was an outer space administrator.
Was that what it was?
That is a big
difference.
Yeah. Well, was he a law enforcement administrator? Because that would, but it wouldn't be a cop movie. But is he technically playing a cop?
Because no.
So in Kings are the head of all law enforcement. So Coming to America.
No.
Yes. No. They're in charge of their whole entire law enforcement.
No.
Sorry, no.
But directly playing like a cop as we know him as a cop, I don't think he
actually a king would be the law, not a law enforcer. That's why he has the enforcers.
By the way, can I just mention that every time that I go and search something on the internet now, I'm scared shitless because of what Ricky did to me.
So, well, that's because welcome. You don't listen to Ricky's suggestions.
That's not true.
We won't steer you wrong.
You should always listen to Ricky.
Pluto Nash was a nightclub owner on the moon.
Nightclub owner on the moon.
That's definitely not a cop.
Hey, relax. I said it with a question mark. Go back and listen to the playback.
I guess you sort of did.
Yeah.
You're just
so I was trying to think of other ones where he'd be. So technically, I do know a third one because I said Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2. So in Beverly Hills Cop 3, he was a cop.
I think we're thinking outside Beverly Hills Cop.
And supposedly there's a number 4 on the way.
Oh, right. Yeah, could do. That'll be terrible.
Might as well throw another Indiana Jones movie in there while we're at it. Oh wait.
Maybe this
is the first. This is the first Indiana Jones movie since Last Crusade. So that'll need to relax.
Same director as the Willow series. No thanks.
I'm checking out regardless. Look, if I don't have to pay for it, I'll watch it.
Mm-hmm. We just had this conversation. Yeah. Even Michael Bay had 1 or 2 good movies under his belt.
Occasionally.
So
every now and then.
Doesn't matter. Dude sucked on Willow.
I mean, an apple still falls off the tree and hits a moron somehow.
Yep. And then they invent gravity and lie to us all.
Invented gravity. That's exactly what happened there.
And lied to us all. You missed the important part. So that was my Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2.
So Rust-Oleum, go ahead.
Rusty Trombone, you're up.
My number 3 is The Departed, which I think was your number 5, right?
My number 5, yep.
Yeah, that movie, man, I remember the first time I watched that movie and I could not look away from the screen at all. Like, that's just a complete intense thrill ride the whole way through. Right?
No matter how many times you watch it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a hell of a movie, yeah.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1, too late. The movie came out years ago. If you haven't seen it by now, suck it.
Was that like 05?
The scene where who is it? DiCaprio gets shot in the elevator.
The elevator doors open.
The elevator's open. And he's just fucking dead.
Yep.
And it's
like, oh my god! Like my heart stopped too. I think when that scene happened. But anyway.
Oh, and then even when you think it's all over, and fucking Matt Damon's gonna get away with it all, and then boom,
and then fucking Wahlberg.
No,
that movie
was such a great movie.
The only thing, and the only reason I think why it probably wasn't higher on my list was I hated the fact that Jack Nicholson had a Boston Irish accent for about 5 seconds at the beginning of the movie, and then it just drops it. Yeah. Right. Meanwhile, everybody else is at least trying, right? And he's just like, "I'm Jack Nicholson. I don't have to do fuck all." And anyway,
at least he tried, unlike Sean Connery. So
It's Sean Connery. Sean Connery has one accent.
That's what I'm saying. No matter what you put him as, he has a Scottish accent. It don't matter.
It's the same, but it's the same with Jack. Like I don't think Jack can pull off any other accent, right? Just because of the way he talks, right? So
yeah.
Anyway,
that's a good one.
And I mean, and Alec Baldwin was in that one, and he didn't shoot anyone.
Yep.
That was one of his successful movies.
Wow.
That was one of his movies where he successfully didn't shoot someone.
They must have had a good armor on site.
Must have. There were a lot of guns in that movie, so yeah, I assume so. It's a
Oh, by the way, really, really off topic, but your buddy Ezra Miller got off.
I'm sure he did that too.
No, did you hear?
No, I'm aware.
He took a plea or some bullshit.
That's been bouncing around for a little bit. Yeah, I know. Yep. We were going to talk about it on our next real episode. We're slightly behind the ball. Remember, we're Nerd Rage Light. We end up reporting the same things they report a week later without meaning to.
Or sometimes the same day. That's the funniest shit I've told Bobby.
I was
dude, it's nuts. Like the show come on, I'm like, Bobby, you're not gonna fucking believe this. I swear to God, we recorded on Sunday at 2:00 and we talked about this same shit.
Yeah, and they talked about it 2 weeks before that. It's like, wait, it's like I know it's gonna sound like we copied you. But we didn't. It's like it just happens. It's like, well, we're in the same space, so we talk about the same.
But we give them
Really
credit. That's the thing is that's what I always tell everybody is we're very honest and upfront. We all know we're all nerd ragers and we listen to it and we're supporting of that, and we know this is our version of that.
If I steal a nerd rage story or topic, I'm gonna mention it up front. But if it happens organically,
it's just funny.
That is funnier. It'd be like we literally talked about this on there on almost called Us Nerd Rage.
What's really trips me out is when we have opinions that match, and it's funny. My opinions 90% of the time match Bobby's, and yours 90% of the time match Pinkerton's.
Yeah, which is weird.
It's hilarious. Which is weird when that shit happens. Like,
and then sometimes we all agree with Joe.
Yeah. Well, I always agree with Joe, but that's because he's a beautiful human being.
I figured it's because you like things in your butt.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Rob, I just made it awkward. God damn it! I should have beat you.
Right. I got there first. That's me. That's mine.
Damn it. I wanted to be the first American to do it. The first real person to actually do it. Canadians are fake.
Just figments. We're just the voices in your head.
Okay, Rob.
Figments are all right. So your number 3 was Departed. Great kick. Go ahead, Dormammu. You're up, dude.
Okay, so my number 3 is also a serious movie. End of Watch with Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena.
Nice. Very good.
That's a good one.
Very good.
It is.
You got some heavy hitters on this list.
Well, it's okay. So Training Day could have been used as well.
I was wondering if anybody had Training Day.
That was on my what if list.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the story, though, and just I personally love Michael Pena as an actor. I think he just does fantastic work. So Jake Gyllenhaal is can do serious roles. This is one where he definitely nails it, and the story is just gripping enough to keep you going through the whole thing, and then be like.
The only thing that got me was like the shaky body cam stuff, like
right. Yeah, that's the only thing that detracts from it is the shaky body cam bit, but it gives just that extra like
real world feel.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's a good one, man.
I also enjoyed Michael Pena in Chips.
Yeah, I mean,
I actually liked his.
I like salsa with my chips.
But see, like, God damn it! Did anyone make that joke on set? They had to have, right?
I don't
know.
Okay,
Chips is a dumb movie, but it's actually a fun watch. It's not good. It's just fun.
I love Dax Shepard. You're definitely losing brain cells by the end.
I love Dax Shepard though.
What's happening? Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah. But like Michael Pena played such a straight man, and then like as the further the movie got on, you find out how weird he really is. But he just pretends to be normal. It's like that. That's why he's great. He's a great everyman that's just fucking odd when you really look into it.
Exactly.
That's why he's good in the MCU, and he needs to make a return.
What's the movie where he's a superhero? I'm trying to
superhero.
He has like a fucked up eye or something in it, or am I mixing him up with another Spanish guy? Yeah, I'm mixing him up. Never mind. I'm thinking of something else. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't
onward.
Know. Oh, that's me.
It's the day for it.
Oh, that's me.
By the way, I just realized I've never seen that movie.
Which one?
End of Watch.
Oh, there you go on the list.
Really?
Along with 3 billboards.
Yeah,
definitely put it there.
You're gonna have a good movie night this weekend.
Cool.
All right.
You're gonna be really sad by the end of them all.
Exactly. So my number 2 is 7.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man, that is such a great movie, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had that on my runners up as well.
Damn.
Okay. Spoiler, it's on my list.
Yeah, it's so goddamn good. Well, it's either your number 2 or your number 1. It's a tie.
I'll never tell.
Yeah, you'll tell very shortly. So fantastic movie. Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, Gwyneth Paltrow's in there somehow.
And then the untitled what they did not put them on the posters, and they didn't put them in the cast at the end. Like, I love that.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, He Who Shall Not Be
Yeah,
Named.
John Doe. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I love he wasn't credited at all. Like, and he didn't want it that way. He wanted it to be a surprise for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's a D-bag, but that's great. That's great thinking. And actors nowadays wouldn't do shit like that. They're like, fuck no, I want my name front and center up. Oh, yeah, it's got to be everywhere. And he's like, nope. It ruins the story. It gives away the twist if you put my name anywhere on this.
He's technically Kaiser Soze.
Yeah.
Because he did get away.
Because I'm gonna say Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
Kind of overrated. It's okay.
I agree.
It's a good movie, but people talk about it like it's the fucking bee's knees.
I think better movies that sort of did the same thing have come out since. So it's like
and prior,
I guess too. Yeah, you're right about that. It's just it is really good for what it is, but like just the cast is acting their ass off. The fucking this film has a vibe because it's raining for like a good chunk of it. And it's like dark and creepy for like the beginning of it, and then the end of it is like broad daylight in the desert. Like just the tone of the movie is fantastic, and I love that it takes place over a real amount of time because like Brad Pitt gets really fucked up in this movie, and like it's not like where we jump to 3 weeks later and the injuries have healed. No, at the end he's got the bandages, the black eye, the broken arm, everything. Like by the end, and then just the way that movie ends is just fucking absurd. As like. And not to draw too much of a parallel there, but like it is like some Thanos level fucking planning. Yeah. Like when you get through that shit, like the manipulations, the fucking actual murders that some of them technically weren't murders, but they are murders. However you want to make that weird gray zone that movie goes. It's almost like Saw, you know, because technically Saw is also sort of a cop movie, depending on how you look at it, you know, where the cops get involved.
Well, it is because the main protagonist you follow is a cop.
Yeah, most of those are cop movies. Yeah, depending on which Saw movie you're watching. And a lot of them surround cops in the same way too. So in theory, somebody could have Saw on their list either way. But yeah, no, just fantastic movie. Still holds up. Still creepy as fuck. Even if you've seen it like a dozen times, the dude who
I've seen it probably 24 times, and it's still awesome.
The guy that ate himself to death, like that's still
the linoleum
disturbing.
Shards in his stomach, giving him a clue to go back and look for stuff. Like, it's great.
Yeah, everything about it is so. Great. But the part that always sticks with me about that movie is the person that I guess it was the dick
knife.
No, the sloth, the one that stayed in bed. Strapped into the bed,
and then still alive.
But the reason I won't go with those
pine trees,
I will not put a pine tree air freshener thing in my car for that reason. I'm like, because that's my thought. I'm like, a billion of these trying to cover the smell of a dead person as dead, quote unquote. But honestly, all you would smell would be the fucking air fresheners. Like the apartment above would only smell that like forever. It's like if in my modern apartment I can smell my neighbor downstairs smoking weed from 2 hours ago, you know, that shit would be penetrating everyone's walls. You could not seal that in unless you tried, which you might have. But like that movie is so goddamn good. Like I haven't watched it in a while, but I definitely need to. Like
agreed.
Like it's just, I think that's a good rewatch for everybody. I mean, if you watched it yesterday, watch it again.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah, it really is.
It's one of those movies where the writing is so fantastic, right? Just the whole idea around the plot, right? Yeah. And then to write around it and everything else.
Exactly. And if you
could you imagine being Morgan Freeman's character? Everybody forgets that he was retiring. He was retiring. That was like his last day on the job, like or his last week or whatever.
And he chose to stick around. He chose to stick around. And
dude, could you imagine having to deal with that being the last thing you fucking dealt with in your career? God damn.
And I also want to just mention, like, tonally, like, not only does the weather change and everything else changes, I think even the filming changes. Like, by the final scene, it is so chaotic. Like, instead of, like, long takes of people talking slowly, it's like screaming and cutting to different things, cutting to the helicopter, cutting to the cop car, cutting to out in the middle of the desert. Like in like that last like 5 minutes, there's got to be something like 70 cuts. It's like ridiculous. Like it's just the frantic nature of the panicking part at the end, and then at the end, it's just one long shot when it's over. It's like a very interesting way to look at it. Did I scratch myself? What the fuck is on my leg? Oh shit. Sorry.
Is it shit or is it?
No, it's not shit. But like,
okay,
I don't know. I'm have to brush up against.
So can I talk about mine while you inspect your bodily fluids?
It's not my fluids, but yes.
All right. So
is it
now we move into the portion of the show called "Fuck Your Rules," starring Ricky. So my number 2 is a tie.
This is a mute.
Departed, which we've already talked about.
And Departed 2, The Way of Water.
Nope. And Tombstone.
Oh, you bastard.
Tombstone's a really good one.
Why couldn't you just bump
I would have just
down,
gone with
though?
Tombstone because
if you'd given me a top 10 list, I would have you locked in all day long.
Hold on.
Tombstone, they're not cops in Tombstone.
They're not. They are sheriffs and sheriff's deputies, and they are out to hunt and kill those people. Sorry to tell you.
Tombstone is on the list of cop movies if you Google it. Yep.
1000% is Wyatt Earp. He was a deputized sheriff.
Yeah. No, but I thought Tombstone, they had all retired, right? Because they were trying to build up the hotel and that.
But remember they got re-deputized when all that shit started going down.
When the shit went down, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can't argue his choices. I can only argue that they're in one spot.
Yeah, and you can argue it all day, but it's my list.
Because that's why you bumped one down.
And Departed. No, because then I have to bump something else off. That's good. So no, I will not. Give me top 10 list.
Ricky doesn't get to do his number 1.
Yeah.
There you go. Ricky did his number 1 already.
Wait,
which is 7.
In that case, I've already done like a top 15 so far. No, it's not 7.
Okay, so you said it was on your list.
Maybe
you could always get Shanghai Noon and Rush Hour.
yeah.
Rob,
my favorite Chris Tucker movie.
Rob, I absolutely love you for that fuck up.
That is the best. Like, it was awesome. But yeah, Departed for all the obvious reasons, and my reasoning, he already beat me to on there. What that one scene of him opening, because you just do not expect. No. First of all, it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Second of all, you're at the end of the movie. Like, we're on the downhill wind. It's like the last 10, 15 minutes of the movie. The big stuff's all happened. The big bads are all dead. Like, everything's already done. And then he's just talking. And then all of a sudden the door opens and bam, he gets shot in the head. And it's like,
dead.
It's so fucking out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it just freaks me out. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you all about, it's in The Departed, and a lot of people don't know this, but if you pay close attention, in I think almost all of, if not all of, Martin Scorsese's films, he always slips in somewhere a little bit of his favorite song, which is by the Rolling Stones, and it's called "Gimme Shelter," which is a great song.
Yeah,
and it's the opening of The Departed, like, and it's just such a great. It kicks in, and it's a great song, and I love seeing
some show used that for their main theme forever. I don't remember which one.
Yeah, so
now I'm gonna Google
that. It was the shot, the ending with Wahlberg coming out of nowhere, like the fact that it was a movie that had multiple endings, but it didn't feel like, oh my fucking God, is it over yet? Like, it kept going, but it was like good kept going. It's a master class in filmmaking. Like, that movie shows why Martin Scorsese is Martin Scorsese. All his other movies are good too. I'm not taking any of that away, but that movie shows you a master of his craft at the top of his game. Like, it was perfect. So that's on there. And in Tombstone I don't do Westerns very much at all, but that one is just one of my favorites of all time. It's just great.
Yeah, no, I don't even consider Tombstone a Western, right?
Yeah.
It's just, to me,
it falls in that Unforgiven, Tombstone, that little pocket in there. Like, I like all those.
I feel it's like a based on a true story. Type movie, you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's like when I say Westerns, I'm thinking spaghetti Westerns. I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. Don't tell nobody though. Okay. I've never in my life watched a John Wayne movie ever.
Neither have I.
Neither have I.
Never ever. Not country, not any of his war movies. I've never, but I know he was big in country movies, and I've never seen.
I watched them courtesy of my grandfather. So.
Never seen any of them. So that spaghetti Western, old school 50s, 60s, like that kind of Western. When I say Westerns, that's what I'm thinking of. And this doesn't feel anything like that at all. And so that's why that's on there. So that's my number 2. My number 2 is tied. Tombstone, Departed, Go Fuck Your Rules. Oh, so now we're on to...
Oh, is it me? I'm sorry.
The Rusty Trombone.
My number 2 is Die Hard.
Nice.
Which is not a Christmas movie.
And
not a Christmas movie.
And I will say that Die Hard 3 was on my list, but I bumped it.
Nice.
Die Hard 3, really?
I love Die Hard
3 was awesome.
Love Die Hard 3.
I didn't like that at all.
Love that movie.
Reginald Vell Johnson.
Dude.
Literally the most underrated actor of his time.
Yep.
Die Hard is one of those movies you can just go back and watch forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it still has the same fun factor to it. And I mean, how can you go wrong with Alan Rickman?
Yeah.
So
I bet there is a way, but we probably have not seen it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, correction.
I haven't seen all of it, but there's Harry Potter movies.
Oh wait, never mind. I was confusing.
He does a good Snape.
Sorry, I was.
He does. Snape was good.
The Snape was fantastic,
but Harry Potter is trash, so I don't care.
Yeah. Says the guy who hates She-Hulk. Sorry.
So for me,
I like Harry Potter better.
So for me, my favorite part of Die Hard is the fact that they legit didn't tell Alan Rickman when they were going to drop him, and that pure surprise on his face when he gets
real.
That, and also what is it? Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. The edits make that movie so fucking great.
Yeah, the TV edits were crazy.
And it's also clearly a terrible voiceover in the first place. But I mean, because funny thing is, I saw Die Hard 2 first, then I watched Die Hard, then I saw Die Hard 3 when it came out, at least on video, which was my introduction to Samuel L. Jackson. So maybe I really should have.
Oh, I am confusing Die Hard 3 with Die Hard 4. Die Hard 4 was trash.
Everything after 3 was trash.
No, Die Hard 5 was trash. 4 was actually still pretty...
A Good Day to Die Hard?
Yeah, the one where it was all them hacking the government banks.
That was his son-in-law or boyfriend, or the daughter's boyfriend?
Nope.
Are you sure? Good Day to Die Hard?
Nope. No, that's the one where he's trying to stop Timothy Oliphant from robbing the banks. That has Justin Long and all that shit in it.
Yeah, that's his.
The one you're thinking of is his son. The what's his face?
Live Free or Die Hard.
Live Free or Die Hard. Okay.
Yeah,
but I thought
and all that shit.
But wait, okay. So I guess for whatever reason, I'm thinking that Justin Long was his daughter's boyfriend, but he was just a hacker.
He was a hacker.
That's right. Yeah. Got it. You're right. I was crossing those over. My bad.
Found the new title for this episode. It's called Ricky's Right.
At least it's not Shanghai Hour.
I think that's the
Rushing High Hour. There we go. It's Rushing High Hour. There we go. So one word.
Never living this one down. Folks.
Never.
No.
The next 2 or 3 episodes.
This sock puppet theater gets made.
Anything that just
I use a black tube sock and be like, "Hi, I'm Owen Wilson."
No. In a few episodes, he'll actually have been with Justin Long in one of those movies. It actually wasn't even Chris Tucker or Owen Wilson. It was Justin Long the whole time.
Dormammu, anything that detracts them from using the rusty trombone on me all the time, I appreciate. So thank you.
That's never going away, dude.
I mean, don't say they.
We didn't invent that, and that's on the internet.
Don't say they. That's a Ricky thing.
Well, it's a you thing too.
No,
you like rusty trombones. I've seen the pictures.
This is not true. I forgot. Where are we?
Dormammu's going to tell us how much he liked.
Yeah.
He's going to tell us how much he loved Samuel L. Jackson.
Dude, I love
Santa Claus.
No, I loved Mel Gibson in Die Hard.
Yeah. We're on Dormammu's number 2, by the way.
Dormammu's like, actually, like, fuck these guys.
Actually, no. I take it back.
think he's got us muted and he's Googling.
Are you ready? I'm not muted. Are you ready for my number 2?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yes, we're
Okay,
ready.
so number 2 was already mentioned. 48 Hours.
Good.
So 48 Hours, Nick Nolte, Eddie Murphy. So I did some research. It made 78 million in its overall run.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nice.
It was voted the best movie of 1982.
Nice. And that was pre Beverly Hills Cop.
Again, this is where like and I chose it over Beverly Hills Cop because it was a playoff between Nolte and Eddie Murphy. I know Murphy's playing the criminal to this, but the whole camaraderie between the two of them, it's that perfect vibe of 80s. Like there are certain things that in how they go up against each other, what they say, the attitude.
You could not get away with nowadays.
Nick Nolte is doing that, like, he's hell-bent on destroying himself, but at the same time, Reggie is just driving him to not want to like jump off a cliff.
This is right before Nick Nolte actually like crashed and burned in real life. Like this is, you can see he's right on the edge of going fucking nuts,
which is just so surreal. And so as a franchise, it worked well, and it's amazing that they made a second movie out of it. But the first was to me like
they made another movie.
It shows Murphy's chops, what he can do, etc. So it's my number 2.
Good one. That's a good one.
And by the way, I was thinking about this while we were talking about the Shanghai Rush Hour. Back in the day, I definitely admit to always confusing Chris Rock and Chris Tucker in movie roles because they were still both really new. But I just thought
look the same. Is that what you're trying to say, Mr. Texan?
No, they're both their names are Chris, and they both played in comedy cop movies. So I was just thinking just now I fully admit that I was thinking that it was Chris Tucker in Lethal Weapon 4. It wasn't. It was Chris Rock. So even now, I've got it backwards in my brain.
He was the son-in-law to Danny Glover's character.
Exactly. So like even in that part, I was like, wait a minute, what didn't he come back in the Lethal Weapon? Like, wait, nope, that was Chris Rock. So I just Googled it just to look. Well, I mean,
we're borderline racist here.
Well, I mean, Dormammu already kind of blew out the racist bathwater there.
Dormammu just proved on recording that he does not see in color.
No, it's not.
Dormammu is the perfect human being because he just doesn't see color.
No, what it is?
That's not.
No, see what it is he only sees Jackie Chan.
Oh, he only sees yellow.
I only see Jackie Chan. Admittedly, I am a Jackie Chan. I am a fan of his work.
And by the way, nobody put Time Cop on the list.
And
I thought about it, but the mullet made him not make the list.
Yeah.
Hold on, quick note.
Quick note.
In a Jackie Chan related thing, Michelle Yeoh is really killing it at the Oscars with her with the latest movie.
I find
Everything Everywhere All at Once has got 11 nods.
And we'll talk. Maybe we'll talk about it on the next main episode.
I still haven't watched it, but I found out it was a musical. I didn't know that.
Not.
They're singing in it.
She literally got a Golden Globe for being a supporting actress in a comedy or a musical or some bullshit like that.
Oh. See, I heard the movie was a little bit off, but I think that's because Sum Ting Wong was in it.
Oh. After your conversation of mixing up Chris Rock and Chris Tucker, you cannot say shit like that.
We're already down the stupid bandwagon. I might as well make a really dumb joke.
Oh, give us your number 1 before we get canceled.
All right, my number 1 is Hot Fuzz.
What? What movie is that?
Please tell me you don't know Hot Fuzz. No. I need you to hang up right now. You go watch Hot Fuzz, and then you watch Shaun of the Dead, and then you come back and talk to us.
Hold on, you gotta watch the. You have to watch the whole Cornetto trilogy. You can't just stop at Shaun. You do have to watch The World's End.
At the World's End. Yeah.
Well, it's not it's just The World's End. But I always. So, but no. Either way, the main reason I even came up with doing this top 5 is because I rewatched. I rewatched Movies with Mikey's review of Hot Fuzz, and I'm like, God damn, that is such a good fucking movie. And that opened, if I remember correctly, the Cornetto trilogy. No, wait, Sean opened it. It was the second one, but either way, it was so different. Like for so much of the core cast to be the same across 3 movies, for them to be in the same quote unquote shared universe.
Mm.
It's so fucking good. Not only that, it is one of the best procedural cop movies because he does all his fucking paperwork. Like he's such a good
and they
cop.
show it.
Yeah, exactly. He's such a good cop. Everyone hates him. Like he gets moved. He's so efficient at his job. He gets kicked from his big city job to go be like the head cop out in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's like, look, you're too good at your job. We literally can't get anything done in this city. It's like he's so anti-corrupt, such a good cop that he makes everyone else look bad. So they fucking get rid of him. And by the way, the cast of this movie is fucking absurd.
Mm-hmm.
It's such an absurd fucking movie, and putting Timothy Dalton as the as one of the villains, so to speak, as like it's just so goddamn.
I remember
good.
my best friend Aaron was in police academy at the time when that movie came out, and we were watching it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's us!" And he's like, shut up," because sense of humor and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the one part happened, and he just looked at me. He goes, "Oh my god,
they are us."
It's the part when they're chasing the bad guy.
Yeah.
And Simon Pegg is like hopping over the little white fences.
Yes.
And then the big guy just comes behind him and just plows through the fences.
Fence. Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's totally me, dude. I'm totally plowing fences. I'm not jumping shit.
So to speak.
Like Aaron's like, it is us.
And I love the reference to that in Shaun of the Dead.
Uh-huh.
That's so fucking fun. Actually, maybe
it was the other way around. Shaun of the Dead did it first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Shaun did it first, so they brought it back into there. But see, I watched them out of order, so my reference is out of order.
But that's a good one.
It's so good. And by the way, it's a movie about cops where the cops kill no one.
Mm-hmm.
Not a single person dies.
They're in England. They're not allowed to have guns.
Oh, they definitely had a lot of guns in this fucking movie. I mean, like, it's just like a who's who of fucking British actors.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking
nuts. If you like those Simon Pegg movie like Shaun of the Dead, Rusty, you'll like this. It's in that same vein, that same feel. It's just they happen to be bobbies.
Like the fact that we gave you those other like Oscar-winning movies to watch, skip those. Watch fucking Hot Fuzz
7
first.
and then watch this.
Well, he's seen 7.
I'm gonna watch End of Watch first.
No. Watch because here. Well, I guess you can watch.
Watch End of Watch and watch that 3 Billboard ones, and when they make you all sad and dumpy and shit, and then watch Hot Fuzz.
And then watch Hot Fuzz because it is insanely funny on top of being a good cop movie. But at the same time, it's also making fun of dumb cop action movies while being a dumb cop action movie, which is why it's fucking brilliant.
Yep.
And then the Swan, fuck that Swan. Ricky knows.
Agreed.
Ricky knows. But like,
I hate geese and I hate swans and I hate all things like
it's
that.
It's so good. Either way, yeah, Rusty. Rusty's just getting a list of movies he needs to watch today. That's what this is.
All good.
Next.
All right, so
my
last round was
my
last round was the fuck you round and fuck your rules round. This is the round where I take that fuck your rules, I inception that shit, and I put it out there, and Shoky's brain explodes because I have a 3-way tie for first.
I hate Ricky so much right now.
7, of course, which we've already spoken about.
Cool, that's your number 1. We're done. I'm done recording.
And the things I liked about it that didn't get mentioned was one, those little notebooks that are in there.
Mm-hmm.
Those actually, like I watched behind the scenes stuff on it. Those are actual handwritten, fully filled out fucking notebooks. They took time, and how psychotic is that to do for a fucking movie? Instead of just having scribbles and scrabbles on it that just looks like something from a distance, they actually took time to write shit out. And
is that what happened to Kevin Spacey? They made him do that.
They made him do that, and he lost his fucking mind. That and Brad Pitt has always been a great actor. Like I've always liked him in movies, and I'm going to tell you one. Has nothing to do with cops, but it is my favorite movie with him. It's called A River Runs Through It.
Yep.
And in that movie breaks my heart every time I watch it, and he did such a good job in that. And Legends of the Fall. But let me tell you, that little 5-10 second part in 7, where the what's in the box part, which we all make jokes of and use that gif and meme all the time, but that part of that movie, when you see him, he points the gun at him, and then it starts to sink in, and the gun droops, and his face breaks, and then he gets pissed off, and he comes back up again, and his face breaks again, and the gun drops. That is some masterclass fucking acting right there. You're watching all of it play across his face.
Yeah,
and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
to watch him do that. So,
and he didn't even open the box. Morgan Freeman did, and he's running across the field yelling at Mills,
"Put your gun down! Put your gun down!
Get him out of here! Stop him!" Yeah.
Yep. And you just see it all start to click into place, and the heartbreak, and the sadness, and then the anger, and then the sadness, and then the anger, and like it just keeps playing back and forth across his face, and it's so like real.
But
like,
then the joy.
If you think of yourself in that situation, you would feel that same exact way. And then juxtaposition to that is the joy on Kevin Spacey's face.
John Doe's face.
Because he knows he's about to fulfill his fucking 7. He knows it. He sees it on his face. He sees him break and he sees him get angry again, and he knows it's about to happen.
Yeah.
Fucking great. Just perfect. That I love that fucking movie. I can't talk it up enough. So it's that.
No, just that.
Also, no, RoboCop 1 and 2.
Editing that out.
3.
Editing those out.
So fuck RoboCop 1 and 2, and then Demolition Man.
Guys, did you remember when Ricky only had 7 at number 1?
Yeah. So
wow,
those 3 because
movie. 5 I've ever heard.
That's the greatest number 5 movie. You had a top 5 number 1.
Top 5 bullshit. You gotta do top 10s. Dude.
No, you just have to actually.
Dude, there's too many fucking movies to do top 5s. It's ridiculous.
But we can always do more top 5s.
Nope. Well, then on your next one, just come in here and clip these answers out and drop them in over there, because that's the answer. In my world, on my list, those 3, you couldn't put I mean, I guess you could gun to head of me, and I'd say 7 is definitely the way better.
7 is significantly better than all RoboCops. There's no way those are equal.
First of all, your number 1 was a comedy,
and it's a fucking fantastic movie.
It's not better than RoboCop.
It is definitely better than RoboCop.
You're nuts. You're batshit crazy.
RoboCop didn't even make my list.
No. Yeah. So,
by the way,
and it's only 1 and 2, not 3. 3 is trash.
Does everyone remember that Red Foreman is the bad guy in RoboCop 1?
Yes,
of course.
I can't not see him in.
And then there's the one
show.
doctor from ER or whatever is the guy who got melted.
Like, that's true. Is that Anthony Edwards?
Dude? No.
Anthony Edwards? No.
The short one. The
one
that
guy.
Like short,
I hate that dick. The guy who got crushed by the helicopter. Yes.
Yeah.
He deserved to be melted.
But he was the one who got melted in there.
He hadn't even done ER yet, and he deserved to be fucking melted.
Demolition Man was just great. That is just one of those run 'em, gun 'em, punch 'em up action movies, but it had a decent story and it had a good cast and it has so much shit in there that we still talk about. The 3 seashells, nobody can explain them, and it's just hilarious to me.
They were for summoning Aquaman to lick your ass,
probably. Or what's the one from Rick and Morty? The Aquaman guy, the fuck guy,
Mr.
Mr. Fishy Pants or whatever the fuck his name is.
No. God, if you hadn't said anything, I probably remember. Is it Nimbus? Is it Nimbus?
Yes, Nimbus.
Yeah.
Nimbus.
Mr. Nimbus.
It's like he comes up and licks your butthole.
He definitely would.
He would love that shit.
Would.
But I love that movie. I love all the high fives. Like I do that to my friends without touching. Like we do the circular motion, and I've literally, and I don't give a fuck who judges me for it. All y'all can go fuck yourselves. There have been times when I'm sitting on the shitter and I will just reach over and grab the toilet paper and I'll just start cussing at it and acting like it's shooting out little tickets at me. So I don't give a fuck because that shit's funny to me. And I'd have done the same thing.
See, the problem is that too many of the world governments have actually based their the way they want to run things on that movie.
Dystopian future.
So we're getting this authoritarian puritanical fucking society because of that movie.
Yeah,
but realistically, we're with Dennis or not Dennis Miller. Fucking.
Oh my God,
what is his name?
Wesley Snipes.
No. The guy. Oh my God,
Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary.
I had the wrong Dennis
Leary. Dennis Leary.
I had the wrong Dennis.
Oh my God, all y'all, dude, have you not learned yet? Ricky's right. All you gotta do is take a breath in between asking the question.
Hold on.
Answer it for you.
I only got the last name mixed up. I didn't get the race mixed up. Although
Shaquille O'Neal.
Hold on, Dennis Miller. Dennis Miller would have also been good in that role.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
But
is he dead?
I don't know. No.
I know he quit doing TV. Whatever happened to him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look.
So those are for 3 very different reasons I like those movies, but it's hard pressed for me to just choose one. But gun to head, it would definitely be 7. But those other 2, like if I want like just an action jockey shoot 'em up thing, it's Demolition Man. If
those are all
something that's like a political satire, but it's also really cool looking, it'd be RoboCop. No, if I want just a great movie with a great detective work and great acting and shit, it's 7.
So those are all just honorable mentions, is what you just did.
They're my honorable mention number 1s.
I love the fact that Taco Bell won the restaurant.
The restaurant wars. Too. The restaurant wars.
There's
Taco Bell, and they don't serve Taco Bell food.
Can we?
They only sell fancy 5-star cuisine in that movie.
Can we just get movies based in that universe? Like, it doesn't have to follow John Spartan at all. Like, give us no. Just give us the restaurant wars. Like, give us the fast food wars.
Phoenix, anyways, because Wesley Snipes was amazing.
Hold on. We're the restaurant.
Fuck, man. Yeah. Fuck. We just said Wesley Snipes.
Yes, we did.
And there's 2 cop movies with Wesley Snipes that could have made this list.
Easily.
Passenger 57.
See, we could have just done another list.
Or Rising Sun.
Yeah.
I love Rising Sun. And we talked about Sean Connery earlier too. Yep. That is a great fucking movie based on a great fucking book. That is probably my favorite Michael Crichton book.
It is a good movie and a good Snipes film, which is surprising.
That's a good Snipes film. Well, he made good movies at one point.
Until
tax evasion and all that noise.
Hey, we did that to him, by the way. Yeah, where I live at is where he got arrested. Where they did their trial at was here.
I like how you said we did that to him. I'm like, what did we do? Like,
no, where I live at is where he
was like, do you mean white people, this show, or the U.S.?
No. Yeah,
well, you're the only one dancing around that racial card today, and you live in Texas. You probably stopped that shit.
I mean, I made it a lot broader than that, but okay. That's Nashville.
You're boot scooting boogieing all around that shit.
Anytime you guys say we, I just assume you're talking about Americans. So
yeah, it's true because Rusty is international.
No, Rusty's still an American because last time I was in fucking school, Canada's part of North America. So all y'all can go fuck yourselves.
Can we make that the title? Rusty versus or the world versus the US or something? I don't know. Anyway,
no, because we would get
the Rusty mechanic
audience.
Doesn't realize US, Canada's part of America.
US versus.
Well, so is Chile.
Put Canada secedes from America.
I wish they would. It'd be so much easier.
I did that when anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, Rusty, you go.
That's mine. So, Rusty, you're up with.
So now that we've done Ricky's top 5 number ones,
your one boring answer.
My one amazing answer. We all know what an anti-hero is. This is the ultimate anti-cop buddy movie, and it's Training Day.
There we go.
Any other cop movie can go suck it, because Denzel Washington in this movie is just
crushed it.
Holy fuck! Like,
and you get to see Ava Mendez's tits. So I mean,
okay. Now I need to watch this movie.
You've never seen Training Day?
Come on.
No, I've never seen it, but I know everything about it. I just never bothered to watch it.
Oh, buddy, you were in for a treat.
I mean, I know
it's a great movie.
Denzel crushes this movie, and
Ethan Hawke is great in it.
Yes.
Ethan Hawke. But Ethan Hawke is almost forgettable through this whole movie. Like, I feel like you could replace Ethan Hawke with anybody. And Denzel just anyway. But yeah, I could watch that movie so many times.
I mean, I've seen the speech in the car. I've seen that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, I know
as a whole.
I mean, I know about the movie
that you really have to watch.
Yeah. I just haven't seen it,
King
but I know
Kong
about it.
Ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah.
Right? He got shit on me. First of all, you got to cuss Mr. Canadian.
He was being polite.
And secondly, it's you ever had your shit pushed in is the best line.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Joe.
Yeah.
Oh God, no. I do not co-sign that.
We love Joe and all his life choices.
Some of us just more than others, obviously.
I hope his trip coming home has been good. Either way. Training Day, great movie. Everybody should go watch that too.
That's a great movie. You should definitely go watch that. Since you're telling everybody else this shit to watch off your list, you need to go watch Training Day.
You know what's funny? That movie right there kind of proves that there's too much fucking entertainment. Because if a movie that good exists and I didn't bother watching it because I was watching other like stupid shit, means that like there's way too much to watch sometimes.
What you're missing out on how much entertainment availability.
Like I was watching Super Troopers.
I literally started this top 5 list, writing it down while we were recording, and I still couldn't get it down underneath 10 different individual fucking movies.
Yeah.
Like that's how many cop movies I've fucking seen and how many movies exist. And that's not even every cop movie I've ever seen.
But see,
welcome to the world of streaming.
Yeah. See,
not even streaming. Almost every movie I'm just saying. Here And like half the movies you guys have mentioned, I own physical copies of right here in my DVD library.
No,
like,
but he's saying he's saying, right, like there's so much stuff out there now, right, that you don't even have time to go back and watch the old stuff, right? It's because
either way, yeah,
streaming technology just pumps shit out of us now.
Like I did,
right,
but I didn't watch it when it was on DVD. I didn't watch it when it was in theaters. I know about it. I know my friends watched it, but I never took the time to watch it, despite how good I was told that it is. Like, so like the fact that there's so much content to consume. Even back then when that movie came out, mind you, it wasn't a super long time ago, but it was. But like
it was earlier than you think. It was like what, 2005, 2006? It was early.
Yeah, it was in early 2000s. Yeah, I'm thinking
01, 02, somewhere in there.
Thinking,
I'll look it up.
Been around.
Yeah, do a Google. I'm done Googling today.
Move on to Dormammu there.
Dormammu, give us your number one
quickly.
So my number one is going to be another deep dive, but it is literally it was my favorite. It was a
French
movie
Connection.
that became a TV show. Is one of my absolute favorites because it really kind of took that this could actually happen type of thing to the next level.
It's 24.
No. Alien Nation. James Caan, Mandy Patinkin, same guy that played Inigo Montoya. Aliens.
I know who you're talking about, and I know what you're talking about.
I've seen the show, never watched the movie.
No, it was a movie first. There was a movie first.
Doing a Google.
And by the way, I want to point out real quick that you said Get Smart. Get Smart was definitely a show long before it was a movie.
I know.
By like 40 years.
I know.
No,
but yeah, no. So the movie was what basically had aliens that they were stranded on Earth. They had liberated themselves from their masters, now they were stranded on Earth, and they had to be relocated into Earth's population. And so the first alien detective played by Mandy Patinkin, who eventually in the TV version was played by Eric Pierpont, had to be buddied up with the guy. The cop's name was Matthew Sykes. He was it was like Lethal Weapon, but with aliens.
That's Achilles from Robot Jocks.
Yeah. But it is the show was fantastic. The movie
Alien Nation looks like
that glimpse of what the show kind of.
Hold on, Alien Nation looks like the prequel to Babylon 5.
Yeah.
Not the same writers though.
The funny thing is, it kind of looks that way.
The aliens do look like the Minbari from Babylon 5.
That's crazy.
But the crazy part, and this is really the crazy part, is they had families, they had kids. The kids would integrate. They start going full. They started basically, taking on all the Earth customs. Everybody, it was that thing where you're taking a what if and you're turning it into a real world, like it felt real world.
Yeah.
And so it is one of my favorite series, and it was one of my favorite movies when back in the 80s when I was watching the buddy cop movies, the cop movies in general.
There was something about that movie where the aliens were doing drugs or something, weren't they? Like the drugs only worked on the aliens.
On the aliens, yep.
Yeah, I remember that movie. That was a good movie. I did like that story.
Yeah, and the thing was, like, the aliens had way more strength, were way faster.
I'm hearing an echo.
But at the same time, they weren't looking to take over. They themselves had just liberated themselves from slavery, and now they were looking for a way to integrate with people that either were going along with it, or there's all sorts of like different things that they addressed with the TV show, but ultimately the whole point of the movie was that it was the first alien cop, and he and this guy who did not want to partner at all are teaming up to basically try to solve a murder. Like I said, deep dive, but it's my choice.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
Still hearing an echo. Where's that coming from?
Don't know.
Or somebody watching something.
Not me.
Totally was hearing an echo there. That's weird. I don't know who it was. Like, it was blatant too. Like, he stopped talking and then it just kept going. I was like, huh, that's weird. I don't know where it's coming from. Either way.
It's on your end. 2001 Training Day, by the way.
01?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Nice.
Seems newer than that. Damn, that was a big movie then.
Yeah.
Considering how long it took to put movies out back then, they probably filmed it in like 99.
That's when The Matrix came out.
That is true. All right. Okay, so that wraps us up then. So that's all everybody's list so far.
You gotta do Sean's.
I'm getting there. I was getting there. So I do have Sean's list, which is a 45-second clip. So this should be interesting. And then I will read off the ones that were sent in.
Top 5 police movies are: number 5, Police Academy. All of it, because it's awesome. Number 4, Osmosis Jones. Who doesn't like cartoons with germs shooting dumb bullets?
Chris Rock.
Number 3, The Naked Gun. All of them.
Nice.
Leslie Nielsen is an American icon and a treasure. Number 2, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Sylvester Stallone and one of that Golden Girls, the old bitch. And number 1,
Estelle Getty.
by far, is Walker, Texas Ranger. Now, before Ricky starts talking his shit, I know it is not a movie, it is a series show, but it's Chuck fucking Norris, and he does what he wants. Bye.
The best part is, I swear to fucking God, I did not hear that beforehand. Like, he sent that to Shoky privately.
Yeah, he sent that to me.
I was talking shit about Walker, Texas earlier when we were talking about Better Not Be shows. And fuck Chuck Norris, man. Bruce Lee could beat his ass while he's asleep.
Only the ones.
Chuck Norris. Fuck Chuck Norris.
That is hilarious, though.
That's awesome. Wait till he hears this, dude. Was that part recorded when we were saying that earlier?
Huh? Yeah.
With the earlier when I said that, that's even better. Dude, that's even fucking better. That's the record.
That is actually really fucking funny.
Speaking of American treasure,
kind of blown.
Yeah.
Speaking of American treasure, Sean is an American treasure.
Yes.
Sean is a world treasure.
All right. So let me go ahead and read off top 5s from you guys out there. So I put this out ahead of time instead of recapping. So over on the N.Y.M.I.A Facebook, we got Matt Hurd, Mr. Beansy. His number 5 is Bad Lieutenant.
Good one.
Then Dirty Harry at number 4.
Nice.
Serpico at number 3.
Great one. I have the book.
Copland at number 2.
That's a good one too.
And then Heat at number 1.
Nice.
So he's got like fairly serious movies.
Real quick before you go on, I learned something from, because I have the book Serpico that the movie's based on, his actual autobiography. And I did not know this, but you've heard the term. You've heard the term. All of y'all have. And I guarantee you everybody in this room has used the term scumbag.
Yeah.
Do you know what a scumbag is?
A bag of scum?
Close. He actually talks about it in the book. It was cop slang for when they were walking through Central Park and stuff, and they found used condoms. It was a scumbag.
Oh, interesting.
So every time you call somebody a scumbag, you've been calling them a used condom.
It was probably actually shortened from somebody saying someone's used cum bag. And it just turned into
I don't care where the etymology of it comes from. The point of it is it's
we talked about etymology earlier.
Because when you think about it, like the
scumbag,
freeze scumbag, and put your hands up scumbag, and every time you said that as a kid, just playing cops and robbers and shit like that, you were calling your friend a used condom. It's amazing.
I'm okay with that.
All right, who else said anything?
We got Christine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So Canadian.
Yep. So number 5 is Tequila Sunrise.
Ooh, God. I love the song by the
I'm
Eagles.
Unfamiliar. We got Beverly Hills.
I think it's a Don Johnson movie.
It sounds like one if it isn't. Do a Google, Rusty, quick.
Doing it, working on it.
All right. Number 4 is Beverly Hills Cop. Number 3 is The French Connection.
That's the one I thought Dormammu was going to say for his number 1.
Number 2, Bullet.
Nice.
And then number 1 is Dirty Harry.
Nice.
So, and of course, Christine's of a slightly different generation to us. So, like, it makes sense.
You need to quit calling her old, bro.
She is older. I didn't call her old. I called her older.
Just not at all. You don't even have to reference that because Beansy's our age and he had Dirty Harry on his list.
Yeah, but I mean, like the original French Connection, that's an older movie.
The original French Connection was like 68, 69, and Dirty Harry was like 71, 72. So they're not that far apart.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you look up Tequila
Sunrise stars? Are you ready for this? Because now that I'm looking at the movie poster and reading this, I'm like, oh yeah. Mel Gibson and Kurt Russell on opposite sides of the law. Mel Gibson is a drug dealer. Kurt Russell is a detective. And somewhere, Michelle Pfeiffer is in this movie as the love interest. So
I do not remember this.
Need to find this movie. Holy shit.
1988. But
wow.
I seem to remember this movie, and I seem to remember it was actually decent for its time. So good on you, Christina.
That sounds like a hell of a movie.
Yeah.
All right. So over on the actual YouTube channel, Jay gave us his top 5 and then some.
This is that Jay Gorgonzola or whatever guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So honorable mentions: Lethal Weapon, All, and War. Like just was there a movie called War?
Yeah, that's the one with Wesley Snipes. That's another one with Wesley Snipes, I think.
Okay, maybe I'm just
look up War. I could be wrong on that, but I think
that's just Google War, see what comes up.
No, War movie.
Google War movie.
It's going to come up with Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, Google War movie. I know there's a movie called War, but I just don't know it offhand. Yeah,
I want to say it's Wesley Snipes. That's the Art of War I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah, you're right. So that one I don't know offhand. Let's see, number 5, Time Cop. I brought it up earlier.
Yeah, I almost brought that one up too. I mean, I keep spotting the scene where they're fighting, they're chasing Jet Li, right? And the white guy is like 30 seconds.
Jason Statham.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Is War.
Is it in The One? Isn't Jet Li also a cop in one of?
He is in one of the universes.
Yeah, in one of the universes, he's also a cop. That's interesting. Yeah. So that would technically count. Okay,
honestly, really good Jet Li movie.
It is.
The One?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, really good
it's
movie.
It's not as absolute
dealing with the multiverse and
but
stuff.
It is really good.
Yep. All right, so Jay's number 4 is RoboCop. All the above. God damn it! Stop putting alls. That doesn't count. It's not top. It's not.
Hold on. Going back to Jet Li. Okay, War is a movie from 2007, which starring Jet Li versus Jason Statham.
Yeah.
That's what I said. It was Jason Statham.
Yeah. That's what he was referencing. Yeah.
An FBI agent.
That's right. I have seen that. I did see that. Okay. I 100% saw that. Yep. I haven't seen it since, but I definitely saw that. All right, so he said all of RoboCop movies. I would definitely not include 3 in there, or the new. Hold on, he didn't include the new RoboCop, but in this he said all.
I didn't hate it as much as everybody else.
I'm including the new one in his reference because he said all. And actually,
I don't hate the new one as much. Yeah, everybody else hated it. I don't hate it as much.
I actually
those made-for-TV movie versions that they did, and like the series versions of RoboCops, are way worse than that new movie.
I actually kind of enjoyed RoboCop the series. I thought it was amusing, but I was also like 12. So
but way worse than the new movie.
Okay. So I had this one in mind. I love that he put it on the list. Kindergarten Cop is his number 3.
Nice.
This was not the tumor.
Yeah,
it's not the tumor.
It's not a tumor.
Boys have a penis and girls have a vagina. That's my favorite part of that movie, dude.
And that kid went on to be in a million fucking movies.
Yeah.
And then his number 2. Sorry, I'm burping. His number 2 is Turner and Hooch.
Yeah.
Wow.
So opposite the K9 from earlier. And then number 1 is Beverly Hills Cop All. So however many Beverly Hills Cops.
3.
Well, I was going to say will exist.
Once again.
Will exist.
Once again, you're wrong, Gorgonzola, because the third one in that series sucked ass too.
And then, have I only seen Beverly Hills Cop 3?
That's the one where they're like at the Disneyland place type thing.
Oh my God, I may have only seen Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Oh my God.
I need to go back and if I've seen 2, I need to look back. I know I've never seen the original. I know that for sure. But like,
dude, how have you missed out on all these fucking movies? But you watch all these weird, like, goddamn 5 times removed from actual reality fucking movies, and you've never seen like these big, huge movies that everybody's seen. It's crazy to me.
Once again, I go back to my comment of too much media, not enough time to watch it all.
But what I'm saying is, you find all these weird one-offs and then watch those, but you don't watch ones.
What was a weird one-off?
Not on this list. Stuff we've talked about.
Oh, not on this list.
I watched this show and it had Jim Billy Bib Bob and he was in one TV commercial from 1982 and like, what the fuck? Never heard of that shit.
Are you confusing me with Dormammu? Dormammu is the one who pulls random shit out but
Dormammu watches some off the wall crazy shit.
You just accused me of watching off the wall crazy shit.
But he watches all of it. You're like, you're like specifically just in that pocket, and then you're like, You walk into, you're the one guy who in Blockbusters, they always had that one copy of a movie on VHS that was like in the bottom left-hand shelf away from everything that only the one person ever rented. That's you. You walk by a wall of Beverly Hills Cop 1 that everybody has seen and just, now I'm going to get this movie that nobody's ever heard of. That's crazy to me. Because you, I picture more as like a cinephile. Like you'd watch everything like coming at you.
Of course not. Especially considering that movie, how long that movie's been around. That definitely
exactly. You're making my point more.
That was a quote unquote grown up movie, so there was no way I was watching.
But you're a grown up now. You didn't circle back and watch any grown up movies that you weren't allowed to watch when you were a kid.
I've also never seen Willow, so I mean, like, there's a fuckload of movies out there that's
super overrated.
Not everyone has seen every movie. It's just a thing.
Have you seen Scarface?
No, but I own it.
I have not seen
Godfather.
Scarface. I have not seen Godfather.
But
oh my God.
See, the funny thing is,
you purposely choose not to watch these good movies.
Because like these movies are so in the zeitgeist. It's funny that I feel like I have seen them because so many people talked about it. I've never sat down and watched it. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's the funny part. It's like you can know everything in and out about a movie, but never see it because we live in that kind of information age. But like I've never sat down to watch it. Like that's the funny thing. It's like, I mean, it's not like I don't want to watch these things. I just never did. And then once you get past a certain point, it's just like, you know, it's like, cool. I'm glad you really enjoyed that. And it's awesome. I just don't feel the need to watch it. You know, like at this particular moment in time. Now, it might come up one day where I pull it up on a streaming service. Fuck, let's watch Training Day real quick. You know? And the fact that I didn't watch any of this shit while I was single for fucking millennia, you know, I should have, you know. Also, before we go too far, Jay does include, he says, I would like to see you guys do top 5 Western movies, 1980s movies. That seems strange. Like, that's a huge fucking brush. Just 1980s movies in general.
Transformers, done.
That's only 3.
I think it was 4.
You left off G.I. Joe.
So you only liked one movie from the 80s?
That's right.
I mean, we could do that. It was just been like, it wouldn't even be like a top 5 80s movies. It would have to be like top 5 of a specific year. Like it's just,
we gotta do top 10.
That's a little too broad.
Too restrictive.
You're supposed to restrict them.
Fuck that shit.
Because if we were doing top 10s, we'd be here for 6 hours.
Have some self-control, Ricky.
Yes, that's the point.
You don't get to tell me how to make my list.
So he also says, we never did follow up on the top 5 snacks, but not candy list that we said we were going to do. So we need to follow up on that.
Snacks, but not candy.
Yes. So
I already know Rusty's answer. Transformers.
No, ketchup chips.
All dressed up chips.
All
dressed or ketchup, salt and vinegar.
I'm still waiting on if any of you guys need an order of all dressed chips, just let me know.
We can buy them here.
Yeah, we can buy them here. A lot of
shipping.
Ruffles does have them. And 7-Eleven does too. So if you have
7-Eleven has their own brand of chips.
Yeah, they do.
Have the Ruffles.
No, 7-Eleven has their own brand of chips.
I'm not eating any chip made by a fucking gas station. Not never.
Oh, don't go to Japan then, because 7-Eleven is like their Walmart.
Okay.
7-Eleven is like
a good time.
7-Eleven is like their Walmart.
They sell dirty underwear and fucking vending machines. I don't need to go there.
No, they sell used underwear, not necessarily dirty.
Oh, they're dirty.
Yeah, that's in a different alleyway though. I mean, you can do that right now. You don't even have to go to a vending machine. You could just sell your dirty underwear on the internet if you want to.
You can sell like bathwater and become a billionaire like that one chick on OnlyFans.
She was already a billionaire, quote unquote, before selling her bathwater like a fucking moron.
But how is she a moron? People bought them.
They're all morons.
Yeah.
It's a moron circle. It's like a nexus of morons, all surrounding fucking Belle Delphine. Took me a second. Trying to remember her name. I was like, I see your face. I was like, what was this moron's name called? That was just great. So either way, guys, that was our top 5 for most of us.
Ish.
That was you had a top 10.
Ish.
It's like Ricky actually had like a top 11. If we're honest here,
if you broke them down, like took out like the Police Academy 1 through 3.
If we took out all the extras,
3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah, so
that's 13 just in my top 5.
Can you if you can actually break it down to 5, that would be great in the comments, guys, if you want to participate. And see, even if we did a top 10, you would somehow do a top 20.
Probably.
It's like, rules. We gotta just
fuck your rules. I said it. I said it again. Fuck them rules.
No, the rules are there for the reason to make you make a decision. Because now we can't do another top 5 cop movies because you did 13.
Oh God, because we might run out of top 5 fucking ideas.
We did.
Let's do a top 5 list of top 5 ideas. There you go.
Okay, and we'll just go to Watch Mojo real quick. Like top 5 Watch Mojo videos. There we go.
Oh, gross.
I made that joke the last time we did a top 5. That's how out of ideas we are. So either way, guys. Hard pass. It's like they had so many top 5s at Watch Mojo, they had to make like 3 other channels dedicated to doing different top 5s. And then when they do a top 10, it takes like a fucking hour. And then they're like top 20 of 2022. And it's like, but it's the same chick doing the whole read the whole time, and you can tell she's never seen anything that she's reading, which is hilarious.
She can read her teleprompter.
This is true. So if you can read a teleprompter, by all means, put your shit in the comments down below. If you have other top 5 ideas, or you just want to write in, you can do so at the NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail@gmail.com. And of course, go subscribe to all the Shoky stuff if you want to. I'm not going to say you have to, but it'd be cool if you did. If you want to. And then you can go subscribe to Nerd Rage Radio's Facebook specifically, so you can follow Rikki's
just go listen to the podcast.
Try to promote just you, not just Nerd Rage. You can listen to Nerd Rage if you want. If you want to hear what we're doing next week, go listen to Nerd Rage.
You want to hear what we're doing, but by actual grown adults? go to Nerd Rage.
I don't know about all that. They're just much better at editing than we are. And then of course
he doesn't edit.
Not much, but there's definitely some. It's mostly people's names and locations. Yeah. So cut the doxing part out. And then, of course, there's Rusty. You can go subscribe to Rusty's channel. How close are you to 1,000,
Just
Rusty?
Google Rusty Trombone. You'll find him.
28.
You're 28 away, and I'm sure we've had literally nothing to do with that. So either way.
You're welcome.
I mean,
Transformers Masterpiece Theater, if you're out there looking for anything about Masterpiece scale figures.
So it's TMT. Too many fucking letters. And then there's Dormammu, who's not technically doing anything, but he's always around. So
does everything.
Sometimes you can find me on the Right Out of the Box podcast on the Roman Collectors channel.
Oh,
I knew that.
There we go. Yeah.
I knew that.
See, I don't know that, but it's cool. You can, and then of course you can hear him here mostly,
and see him in the chat squad.
And it's in the chat squad.
Exactly.
So either way, guys, we will see y'all on the next main episode or the next top 5, whichever we record first.
Keep it classy, San Diego. I'm reading a teleprompter.
That's
true. There was a question mark.
Who put the question mark? But hey, actually, Sean gave us a bye earlier, so we can just do the K bye.
Oh, we can.
Yeah,
do his K bye.
K bye. K bye.
K bye.
Do we do it 3, 2, 1 or
K bye?
K back.
K bye.
K bye.
It's just a noise at this point.
K bye.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
This chick I know named K that I know likes both genders. K bye.
I'm leaving that in.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad.